Going to get my 2 cents in on the Teofimo fight last Saturday, since every boxing site there is has their opinions on it. And the biggest takeaway I had was after the fight, when Teo's arguing with Sandor Martin what happened during the fight. Teo's dad saying, you ran around. Teo saying, you ran around. Teo goes, and this is the most, and this is what bugged me the most. Teo says, what happened to your nose? Like Teo punched the nose. So as long, and it wasn't running around, people, it's called step backs. And I've mentioned step backs in numerous videos down the line. In fact, I might put a little clip from a video I did a year ago, briefly explaining a step back. Meaning, if I jab, I have to bring this back leg, trailing leg up to reset and fight again. Well, in that transition, you step back and you're on them as they're transitioning that back leg up. That's basically what a step back does. So that's what Martin was doing. But the takeaway from that, as long as the dad and Teo are in denial, he's never going to progress. He's going backwards, actually. But they just don't see reality. I mean, fighting, that went to their head when they fought 130-pound Lomachenko. Yeah, he should be fighting at 130 or below, but there's nobody there, so he goes up to 135, and who knows, maybe even higher. So yeah, this is a lot different. 140, lankier guys, a little bit different. Also hearing Andre Ward mention that he was at Teo's gym and he was trying to show him some different jabs. My God, you know, about a year ago I made a video, 6 different jabs. And I don't mean jab up here or jab to the stomach, 6 different jabs. The dad apparently doesn't know this because I read an article. He learned his boxing from watching Andre Ward video and Mayweather's video. And that explains why it's always bugged me. And before this fight, I was going to put a video out. Teofimo's problem, he's walking around in a half Philly shell all the time. I guess Dad learned that from Mayweather video, and if you look at a young Mayweather, yeah, I don't even want to get into that. There's not really Philly shells. He's going all out, beating the crap out of people, you know. But anyway, so yeah, you're gonna walk around with a Philly shell all the time, half Philly shell, and then Kambosos hits you with a right hand, and you go down.
Is to get into a firefight with his opponent.
So, what I'm getting at, if you don't have a trainer from the beginning that knows what he's doing, I don't care how athletic you are, how much heart you have, how you can take a punch like Teofimo. He's explosive. He's got pop. He's got snap. Puts body in his punches. But if you don't have the right technique starting out and learning this, when you get on these different levels, different fighters, it's going to show up. And this is what's happened. I mean, you're going to go after a lanky southpaw who's slick that, you know, we saw him against Danny Garcia. And you're going to be out here. Your left hand down. Lomachenko didn't throw many right hooks. I think he threw 2 by the 6th round. Didn't he have shoulder surgery on this side? I'm not even sure, but I would imagine it was this shoulder. Right after the fight, he had surgery. So, lankier guys with step backs. Your feet are way too wide apart, Teo, on this southpaw. When you step, you have nothing there. Look at a few of these still pictures. And he's reaching. Of all things to reach against the southpaw. I made a video, southpaw video, about a year ago. The tricks of a southpaw, Josh Taylor. It's all in there. The reason I'm showing still pictures instead of video on this, they'll take it down. I tried a video where Tio, after the fight, said, "What happened to your nose?" And then as soon as I hit screen record, it shut off. So I'll have to use still pictures on this. But I will show a video which Tio's doing right after the fight, showing he's back in the gym on this bar thing, doing gymnastic stuff. You know, it's good core and all that, but Tio, you don't need to be doing that. You need to find a trainer to show you some stuff now. You're still young enough. One of my fighters came over, Andreas, we watched it. I said, I sure hope he does good. I feel bad for the kid. He's in a bad situation with that dad. If he lets him go, it's going to be devastating psychologically. If he keeps him, you see how it's going when he keeps him. Nowhere. So Teofimo's balance and feet, pursuing a taller guy. See, Lomachenko you can be closer with, a little 130-pound Lomachenko. And his feet looked pretty good back then. And when Lomachenko, those first 5 rounds, was moving all around, Tio pursued and didn't overcommit. But maybe he wasn't so full of himself back then when he was fighting Lomachenko. He's gotten worse. And I'll point some stuff out now. These still pictures, when he got knocked down, what was the second round? He's coming in like this. The first time he does the exact same thing twice when he gets knocked down. He's coming in, he's almost trying to brush that right hand down and then throw his right hand. So he does that and it barely misses. The right hook barely misses him. What's Tio do? He should have known right then. What's Tio do? He comes in again. But from always having that Philly shell, you can't get any power. You're blocking the hook, blocking the jab, blocking the right hand, the Philly shell. So Tio has some spectacular knockouts, doesn't he? Pulling this back, basically telegraphing it. And Tio was actually sideways. He didn't have to do it because of that damn Philly shell he's learned. So he goes, and he actually had his arm down. So Tio, all he had to do was boom. But no, he's got a bad habit. By the time he does all this shit, he gets hit with a right hook and knocked down. So anyway, I'm going to keep this short. It's about 28 degrees outside. I had the heater on in here, but it's too noisy, so I had to shut it off. So it's starting to get cold. I could go on and on with technique with Tio. One more thing. During the fight, I would hear the dad, hard right hands, knock him out, and stuff like that, which Tio doesn't. And again, this goes back to the just drop the punch. You shouldn't be saying that. The corner shouldn't be saying that. Load up, basically. So I don't know what the kid's gonna do. I don't see him getting rid of the dad. Like I said, it'll be too much. It'll just be too much for him. And he's screwed either way, keeping the dad or getting rid of him. So I don't know what the poor kid's gonna do. All right, man. I'm starting to freeze out here. I'm gonna cut it short. Thanks for watching.